In this video, a step-by-step guide with regards to everything you need to do in order for you to qualify for the potential scroll airdrop. I've prepared this document here for you. As always, I'm going to leave this in the description of this video so that you know exactly what you need to do. So every step that we're going to be taking in this video is detailed down in this document. So let's go ahead and get started with regards to everything we need to do. Some of the things here within the list are time sensitive, so you want to make sure that you act extremely fast. For example, here, minting this scroll developer NFT, you only have about 4 days left, so act as fast as possible. And obviously the people that are eligible to mint this NFT are people who actually deployed a smart contract. In this video that I posted about 4 months ago, I did show you guys how to deploy a smart contract on Scroll so that you can have that NFT. So if you did that, go ahead and follow along with what we're going to be doing in this video. But in general, the purpose of this video is to interact with the Scroll network and try to create a little bit of trading volume so that we can potentially qualify for the airdrop, and obviously the airdrop multiplier, as we saw that with the wormhole airdrop, that people who had exceeded a trading volume of $10,000 got a bonus multiplier. So we want to make sure that we are achieving at least $10,000 every time we're interacting with a specific blockchain. You don't have to achieve this on a single day. We remember that also with the Arbitrum airdrop, it was the same case here. You can see if you had breached a total of $10,000, you've got X amount of tokens. And also if you have created or exceeded a trading volume of $10,000 in trading value, you've got X amount of token on Arbitrum. So we can see the trend within these airdrop criteria that you have to have at least $10,000 in trading volume. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do it. Obviously, you have to have a little bit of money, for example, $500 to $1,000. In this case, I'm going to be trading with around about $4,000, but I'm going to show you everything you need to do. All right, so first thing first that you want to do is to make sure that you bridge to Scroll. So that's the first thing that you want to do here. And in this case, we're going to be using the Ethereum network. So you want to make sure that you have some funds on the Ethereum network. Here within the document, I showed you everything that you need to do. You need to withdraw this from a centralized exchange, and obviously try to not fund all your wallets from one exchange, because that can be detected as a sybil. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys how you can fund multiple wallets, for example 20 wallets, without being detected as a sybil, but we'll talk about that on the next video. Make sure that you subscribe. So in this case, once you have funds on your Ethereum network, you want to make sure that you come here and actually breach, let's say 0.2 ETH, and you'll be able to see that it is ridiculously cheap depending on when you're doing these transactions. You can see right now the Ethereum gas fees is actually 0 right now. You're only paying about 72 cents on Scroll, so you can see that it is extremely cheap. Obviously these numbers will fluctuate from time to time, but I've never seen this number go beyond $9. Now the reason why this is so cheap, it's simply because right now it's actually a best time to do transactions. As you can see here, the GUI is around 22 and it has been hovering around these numbers since all day basically. And you can see that sometimes this thing goes up to 100, so that's when it is extremely expensive to do these transactions from the Ethereum mainnet. I won't be doing this transaction here. I'm going to show you later in this video why, because it can work out against you, especially if you're depositing a large amount of money like I'll be depositing in this video. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go with this option here of using Rhino. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that link so that I can use Rhino to deposit funds here. I'm going to deposit, in this case I want to deposit USDT. So I know I have this amount of money on the Polygon network, so I'm just going to select that and I want to bring that over to Scroll, and from here I want to bring the USDT. You can see I've got $4,648, so I'm going to click on that and I'll select max. Then I can bridge these funds. Before I bridge it, let me show you another option here, because you can also use Orbiter Finance, but in most cases they don't have enough liquidity to support large transactions like I'm doing here. For example, if I were to bring this to USDT and I want to bring this from the Polygon network and to the Scroll network here, so in this case if I wanted to move the same amount of money, which is 4,650, you can see here I am losing just about $3. So I can do it this way, but you can also do it on Binance Smart Chain. So for example, here I can select Binance Smart Chain on top, and here you can select USDT as well. So in this case, you can see I don't have enough funds here on the Binance Smart Chain, but I do have some Ethereum. So we can bridge Ethereum because you also need to have Ethereum on the Scroll network to pay for those transactions. So this is literally about $10. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bridge that. And here we can see I've got about $1.38. I'm gonna go ahead and just confirm this, and you'll be able to see that it cost almost nothing when it comes to the transaction. So this is one of the cheapest ways to move funds from any chain, or rather from Binance Smart Chain to the Scroll network. And also because you're using Orbiter, you are getting these Orbiter points here. You can see because I've done a transaction on this wallet. This is a new wallet that I've never used before, so that's why it's got only 3 points here. But the more transactions you do, the more points you get. So you can see this is done. So if you come here, you can see we had $1.38. Now we only left with $1.36. So it's very cheap. So now I can actually come down here and go to the Scroll network, and you'll be able to see that we have more funds here on the Scroll network to cover the gas fees. So I can now go back here and maybe move USDT from Polygon. So I'm going to select Polygon, and I'm just going to select max, and I'm losing about $3 here. And you can also do this on Rhino, and on Rhino you can see I'm moving 4,652. I'm getting 4,646. So you can see this one is a little bit more expensive. So I'm just gonna come back here on Orbiter and go ahead and send this transaction. I'm gonna switch back to Polygon and confirm it. You can see it's very cheap. So I'm gonna go ahead and just perform this transaction. So now I'm bridging that stable coin from Polygon to the Scroll network. I'm gonna show you in a moment why I'm doing it this way instead of using the main bridge here, because this is obviously good for the airdrop qualifier. I would actually recommend that you actually do at least one transaction here, even if it's just $100, so that maybe if that is a multiplier, you can qualify for that as well. All right, so now you can see that we have bridged from Polygon to Scroll, and now we actually moved to 11 points here. You can actually click on this while we're still here, and this is more like a multiplier. You spin this, you can see it moved to 25 from 11 to 25, so about 14 points there extra. So now let's move on to our document, and what we're looking for now is, since we have funded our account with both Ethereum and also a stable coin, and what we want to do now is to go ahead and mint the Scroll original developer NFT. So I'm going to click on that. Again guys, the people who are eligible for this are people who actually watched our video, and I actually posted about this on our Discord as well, so make sure that you're part of that as well. But don't worry if you didn't qualify for this, I'm also going to show you later in this video how to deploy a smart contract so that you can potentially qualify as a developer even though you don't know how to code yourself. So just click on mint now and click on start. Basically just go ahead and check these boxes and continue, and check all these boxes and also click continue. Make sure that you are under the Scroll network here. You can see it's costing about $1.35. Sometimes I find that there's a huge price discrepancy, because you can see here I've got $15.49. Let's see how much the gas will go down here on our MetaMask. Alright, so we have successfully minted our NFT, and you can obviously share this on social media, whatever. I'm just gonna click done, and that's it. And for those of you who didn't qualify for this, you can still deploy a smart contract. So just click on this link here, and then now let's go ahead and deploy a smart contract. This is going to be very simple. So I'm just gonna come here and connect my MetaMask. From here you want to click on this icon that says deploy, and here we want to select Scroll. You can see you can deploy on these networks as well, so I'm just gonna click deploy, and this is also costing about $1.25 or 24 cents, and you can see it says deploying. So basically now it is generating a smart contract, and deploying it using your wallet. So if Scroll said we're actually allocating X amount of airdrops to people who have, developed a contract, you can see here, congratulations, your smart contract has been deployed. So this can be obviously trackable within their Scroll scanner. Actually, if we come here to the scanner and you copy our wallet address, you can see that by us doing these few transactions, we are now obviously generating more transactions here on the Scroll network. You can see this is about from 8 minutes ago, so we've got about 4 transactions already. And obviously the first one that we did was 141 days ago when we posted that video. Basically what we want to do now is to swap our funds that we deployed, or rather that we deposited on the Scroll network a couple of times, so that we can generate some trading volume. Like I told you guys, that it's very important that you at least have $10,000 of trading volume, but we don't want to be doing wash trading. So basically I'm going to do 1 or 2 transactions and that will be it. So in order for you to swap your USDC or USDT that you deposited, you need to be using all these bridges. You can use one of these bridges that we have here. So for example, I'm just going to click on this one, and let's see if it can pick up that we have this amount of USDT. The issue that I have here with the Scroll network is that the price discrepancy is way too much. For example, if I come here and just copy this, or let me just copy from here. So this is the amount that I have, and if I wanted to move this to, let's say, Ethereum, and I'll just move 100%, you can see I'm getting about 1.345 Ethereum. However, if I were to come to a centralized exchange, for example, and I'll come to Bybit here, and I want to buy Ethereum, in this case I'm just gonna put that US dollar value here, and I'll buy this at the market price. You can see I'm getting about 1.34515. So if we come here, you can see we're getting about 1.34615. Actually here we tend to be, in this case, we're getting way more than we deposited. But the issue is that if we sold this here, it will actually give us less amount, because you can see here it says 4,621, even though we deposited 4,647. So there's always a price discrepancy. But what I found is that if you use these other bridges or these swap dexes that we have here on the link, you can actually get better returns. For example, if I put the amount of money that we have here you can see we're getting about 1.3 Ethereum 468, where else if we're coming to the centralized exchange, we're getting 1.345. So it is actually, you're getting way more. Actually right now you're getting way more so actually right now we're getting way more. So right now we're getting way more ETH than what we would have got when we trading on a centralized exchange. The issue here is that if we try to perhaps sell this Ethereum, so let's just come here and copy, this is the amount of Ethereum that we get. If we wanted to sell it back, so I'm gonna move this around and paste it here, and here you can see we're getting about $4,606, which is way less than what we put in. Remember that we actually brought in 4,650. So there is a huge price discrepancy there, because we're losing more or less about $48. That's why I actually decided to deposit USDC or USDT instead of depositing Ethereum because of this. Because had we deposited this amount of Ethereum, when we try to sell it, we'll be losing about, let's say, $50, for example. So that's a huge price discrepancy there. So but in this case, because we already have USDC, we can actually purchase this Ethereum at a cheaper price. This is also sort of like some sort of like arbitrage. So what I'm going to do here is that I want to try to first bring my USDT to USDC. So I'm just gonna click 100% of that, and you can see we're losing a little bit of money, but this is acceptable. I'm doing this so that we can generate some trading volume. I'm gonna approve this. You can see my transaction is pending over here, and that was approved. So maybe I need to go ahead and click confirm. And this cost about $1. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm it. But now what I've done is that I've created about $4,600 of trading volume. So if I do 3 transactions here within this video, that will mean that I will then qualify for, that over $10,000 of trading volume. I'm gonna click OK. This was done successfully. All right, so it's been about 14 hours since we did our last transaction. And if you come here, you can see that we do have that $4,600 in trading volume. However, this is still at just $15 simply because we didn't use this bridge here. But I'm going to show you in the next video how to get this into $10,000 and probably this to $25,000 and get the overall wallet to be ranking at around $50,000. All right, so since it's been more than 14 hours, we can now move our USDC to USDT. So I'm going to click 100%. And basically you can see how much money we're getting here, and we're actually making a little bit more. And you can obviously use these other ones as well, these other dexes here, and you can see this one is giving us overall a better return. So I'm gonna go ahead and just approve this. So this will actually take our wallet to just over $9,000 of trading volume. So that's it for this video. I'm gonna show you guys in the next video how to actually perform more transactions and how to get this wallet to be ranking at just under 100,000. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss that video when it does drop here on the channel, and that's gonna be this week. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye. Peace.